Have you ever thought about the idea that a single sentence could function like a perfectly engineered system, one with two fundamental, unshakable laws built right into it? Well, today we're going to decode one single verse from the Quran that seems to do just that. It lays out this incredible blueprint for how reality itself responds to what we do. It's a pretty bold question, right? Can one piece of text from over 1,000 years ago really lay out a dual processing system for justice and mercy? One that's as precise as a piece of modern code? Let's dive in and take a look at the source code itself and see what we find. And here it is. Quran chapter 40, verse 40. Now, when you first read it, you might think, okay, that seems pretty straightforward, a statement about reward and punishment. But if you look just a little bit closer at its structure, something amazing happens. A stunning symmetry just pops out, and you realize this isn't just a sentence, it's an entire system. The source material we're digging into here uses this really powerful metaphor to describe the verse. It's a double-door system. So picture two gates right next to each other. Each one is opened by a totally different kind of action, and each one leads to a completely different reality. You could call one door justice and the other mercy. Okay, so first, let's walk through that door of measured justice. This is how the system responds to negative actions, and it runs on a really strict, predictable principle, the law of equal repayment. Just listen to the precision in that language. The verse says if you produce a corrupted output, the system's return isn't just sort of like it, it is equal to it. It's a direct, one-to-one transaction. There's no guesswork. So what exactly counts as a corrupted output? Well, the Arabic term used here is sayyi'a, and a great way to think about this is like sending a corrupted file or maybe a polluted packet of data into a network. It's any action that's misaligned, distorted, or harmful. The system sees this corrupted data immediately and has a very specific protocol for how it's going to handle it. And here is the absolutely crucial point. The repayment for a negative act is capped. It's strictly limited to the value of the act itself. It's not multiplied, it's not exaggerated. According to this verse, the system of divine justice has built-in controls. It's like a balance scale, not a wrecking ball. Now let's turn to that second door, because this is where the entire dynamic just completely shifts. We move away from all that measurement and all those limits, and we step into the law of boundless, unlimited provision. Just look at the language here. It starts with one condition, producing a repaired or aligned output. But then it adds a second, really important condition, while connected to truth. And it's only when both of those are met that this door swings open to this incredible outcome, provision without limit. So, just to be crystal clear, there are two things you need to unlock this boundless return. First, the action itself has to be salih, which means wholesome, aligned, repaired. And second, the person's inner state, their core, has to be mu'min, which means connected and believing. You can almost think of it like having your inner battery fully charged and turned on. It's the action and the intention working together, in perfect sync. And here is the beautiful asymmetry of this whole system. While evil has a ceiling, good has none. The return for a positive, aligned action isn't a one-to-one repayment. The verse intentionally breaks the scale here. The system is literally designed for overflow. What's really fascinating here is the deliberate change in vocabulary. The verse doesn't even use the same word for both returns. For evil, the word is jaza, which means a limited transactional payback. But for good, the word switches to rizq, which implies something completely different, an ongoing supply, a continuous stream of provision. It's the difference between being handed a single cup of water and being led to an ever-flowing river. Okay, so we've seen the two doors and what comes out of them. But what's the key that actually turns in the lock? What's the one thing that activates this entire system, for both justice and for mercy? Well, the verse is very specific about what doesn't activate the system. It doesn't say whoever says a good thing, and it doesn't say whoever wishes for a good thing. So, according to this framework, mere words and idle hopes, they just don't have the juice to open either door. The engine that drives this whole verse is a single word, amal. It means execution, a tangible action that produces a real output. The reality described here is a feedback loop that doesn't respond to our intentions alone or our speech alone, but to what we actually produce and put out into the world. It's a universal law of cause and effect, based entirely on execution. So when you put all these pieces together, what you start to see is that this one verse is way more than just a moral guideline. It's actually presenting a unified model of reality, a grand design that operates on two core principles. And this slide just lays out the complete system perfectly. On one side, you've got the law of justice. A corrupted input gets you a bounded payback. It's controlled, it's measured, and it's perfectly fair. But on the other side, you've got the law of mercy. A repaired input, combined with belief, gets you an unbounded provision stream. This side is open, it's flowing, and it's literally uncounted. And the verse adds one more beautiful layer of nuance. It explicitly says this system applies whether one is male or female. Now, the source material interprets this not just as biology, but as two fundamental modes of execution. Dakar, the male principle, represents outward, projective action, like planting a seed. Antham, the female principle, represents inward, receptive, formative action, like the soil that nurtures that seed. The point is, the system is indifferent to identity. It only responds to the quality of the output. Ultimately, the entire law of mercy is captured in one incredible phrase, بِغَيْرِ حِسَاب. It means beyond all accounting, beyond any calculation. It points to a generosity so vast you could never, ever contain it on a spreadsheet. This is a system that is designed, at its very core, to overflow. So that's the system, encoded in this one amazing verse. It kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. What if divine justice is simply the floor, the baseline guarantee that things will always be fair and balanced? But divine mercy, what if that's the sky above it, an infinite space with no ceiling, just inviting us to reach for an unbounded return?